Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Welcome back to another night of Shop Talk with Dr. Harley. And tonight we have a special guest. It's Tony, who brought us all the 1903 spray wash and the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner. Let's bring him on and talk to him all about his products and how he got started. And let's first start off with, what do you ride?
I ride a 2017 Street Glide Special.
Excellent bike.
Yes.
Excellent bike. Personally, I prefer a road glide over a street glide. That's just my own opinion.
That's the next one.
And how long have you been riding?
God, I've been riding. Jesus, I bought my other than dirt bikes and mini bikes, I bought my first Sportster when I was 18 years old from Dr.Harley.
What was that, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Hey, before I forget, I want to say hello to everybody in the side chat. You know, they're always here. They're always supporting me. I love them all to death. And without them, you know, this wouldn't be possible. I mean, really, you know, they've been helping me out a lot with the chopper build. They helped me out a lot with, you know, keeping this channel going, which is awesome. You know, let's see. Des says hello to you. That's from road therapy. DDKs, I like this guy already. Batwings. Hello, Gremlin.
What's going on?
So you've been riding since you were 18 years old.
18 years old, yeah.
That's nice. Your first bike was a Sportster.
Sportster, 1200. And let me tell you something. I've been on a Harley Davidson ever since. I've never ridden an import bike where I can say I can enjoy it. The only time I've ridden an import bike was to bring it from the front of a dealership to the back to inspect it. And that was it.
Well, I started off on imports. You know, it's just, you know, where I started off.
Yeah, I remember you saying that last week.
Yep. Hey, Jamin, how are you? Great show tonight, guys, at the Unaffiliated. So you came across and you started, are you the manufacturer or just a retailer for 1903?
I am it's actually my ingredients, my product, everything. I used to do detailing when I was a kid. I loved it. Always loved detailing. And I always said I want to come out with my own line of polish. And back then it was a fortune. A fortune. So back in 2016, I was cleaning my bike and I was using another product, and I kept getting little white dots on the motor. And I'm taking them off, and then every time I'm spraying and taking it off, and I said, shit, you know what? I can make a better product than this. I know what chemicals I want and what I don't want. So that night, I got on the computer finding chemical companies that'll make what I want. I found 3 companies. 2 of them were ridiculously priced, and they said, no, we can't do everything you want. We have to put another product in. And I said, absolutely not. Mine has no petroleum, silicones, ammonia, or alcohol. They said you have to put, petroleum in it. I'm like, no way. And finally, the 3rd company that would, manufacture it for me, they says, yeah, we can do this. I says, okay, what is the minimum order? What, how many gallons do I have to buy from you? What do you do? They says, you make your own labels. We will bottle everything for you. And that's when I started. And knock on wood, it's a slow grind, but a handful of dealerships, cycle shops, online. And I can't complain. I can't complain.
Yeah. I know Doc's Motorcycle here in Waterbury stocks and carries the 1903 spray rock polish.
Yep.
Mike, Doc, and the whole Diocho family are friends of mine. And, I got nothing but love, respect for the whole Diocho family and their, Doc's Motorcycle Superstore.
It's funny because I was there, not last year, the year before, for their end of the year bike show and everything.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a couple of people there, and I happened to have a small bottle with me, and I left them a sample, one of the kids that was working the tent where his bikes were. And shortly after that, they reached out to me and they said, hey, send us a case. Sent them a case because when I walked into the place, they had muck off. They had a whole a whole rack, and so I was like, it's going to be a hard sell getting in here with all this product that he has. They have muck off before he said, but they ordered it right away, and knock on wood, it's been going good. And they were like, "Oh, you got to come do one of our events here." When I said, "That's the hard part. If the event's on a Saturday, I'm working, and if it's on a Sunday." I'm usually out riding because that's really my only day out riding. But I try to get to some of the places and do the events and everything else, and or show up for their events. Getting someone to, my niece keeps saying, "Yeah, I'll come out there and do it for you." Yeah, okay. And then I call it a day before. You coming? Oh, I can't. I got something else to do. So it's hard to get people to do the events. And Jules, she likes to be on the back of the bike. She's not riding anywhere. So that'll never happen.
Same thing with my wife. She's always on the back with me. Even when I was in the club, if it wasn't club business and we're just going for a ride, she was with me.
Yep.
And it was a great time.
Yeah.
And I already talked to my business partner. When we open up the shop, we're actually going to carry your product.
I appreciate that.
All your products, which would be the 1903 spray product, your throttle tuner, which is, I love, by the way, I love that throttle Tury, the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner. Even though my bikes are tuned, and yes, even though they have the sensitivity turned all the way up, so it's the least the most sensitivity you can have, like a 1-to-1.
Yep.
Even with that throttle tuner, it makes a huge difference.
It's quick. It's quicker. The response, it sends a signal faster.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys, like you said, it's snake oil when you first, we talked and I sent you one. And a lot of guys have said that, and some have not tried it. And I'm like, listen, I wish you were closer. I'll let you take my bike for a ride,
Yep.
And the biggest ones were the engine builder guys. They were the ones that were totally against it.
I'm one.
Yep. And until they rode the bike or put one on a bike, and they were like, "Holy shit!" You were right. I'm sorry. Blah blah blah. And even my tech, he was totally yeah, okay. And when he did my cam, he took the bike out for a ride, and I'm standing outside, and I see him at the light, and he's got a smile from ear to ear, and he came back in, and he's like, you might have to go with a drag tire, man. Be careful, because this thing's the tire is letting loose in fourth gear.
Yep.
And he's basing this all on the cam, but then at the same time he's saying to himself as he's talking to me, he goes, man, your bike runs. He goes, I can't get over it. He goes, I think I did something wrong on the previous bikes I did 30/30s with. And then I said to him, I says, you had the throttle tuner on. He goes, oh shit, I forgot all about that. I says, well, let me put it on fast mode and take it for another ride. He goes, no, I'm afraid. He goes, sport mode was enough. He goes, I'm wondering why I was getting from here to there so quick, and my braking time, like I'm thinking I got to stop, but I'm already there and I should have stopped. He goes, Anthony, be careful with this. He goes, Be careful. And,
every time I jump on my bike, I go right to Fast 9 because it's the most fun.
Yeah, that's what I do. And she always, Jules is always like, oh, let me know when you're going to hit the throttle, this, that. I mean, I was in sport 9. I had her on the back, and I was getting onto the Garden State Parkway from my house, the nice little exit ramp, 60 to 80 miles an hour in 2.32 seconds. And
Wow.
that's just playing. I wasn't really, getting on the bike because I have to worry about the cars on the parkway, and I had her on the back, but that's fast. That is fast.
Yeah, it really makes a huge difference to your throttle response and to fuel economy, actually.
Yeah.
When I put it on last year, and I had it on touring 6 when I went up to Laconia.
Yeah, you were saying that, yeah.
And I had an increase in fuel mileage.
Yeah.
And at that point, the bike was stock, except for this. Actually, yeah, it was stock, except for the mufflers and the handlebars. And other than that, the bike was stock. And to increase the fuel economy, I went from 222 miles to the gallon, on the highway cruise to like 240 miles for a tank of gas. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, that makes a big difference because you have that, it's like in a car. Drive a 6-cylinder, you're going to get better gas mileage
Yep.
versus an 8-cylinder, but it's not much of a difference because you have the power when you need it.
Yep.
So on a motorcycle, you actually get better gas mileage.
Yep. So, I mean, it's amazing how it works. And everybody who's don't know, this is Jules. She handles all the social media for Tony. Hi, Jules.
Hi, how are you? Do I have an echo still?
Yep. So I'm going to keep muting you when we're going back and forth.
Yeah, I was trying through 3 devices, and I can't seem to get rid of my echo. Sorry.
No
I
worries.
hope
No
it's
worries.
not annoying. Yeah, I take care of the social media for Tony. So when you're talking and you're sending the chats, you're usually responding to me, and not Tony. Unless there's a technical question that I can't answer, which most of the times I can't. I know some of the things, but not a lot of the technical issues regarding the products. I'll refer you to him, or I'll say I'll get back to you, and then I'll reach out to him because he's working and get the answers for you. But if it's basic questions, I can answer them and I get back to you, and I'll do the promos and I'll do the posts. And most of the times it's from the back of the motorcycle, where I get my footage. I'm his backpack.
Yeah, right on. Right on. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, everybody, that's Jules. Hi, Jules. Tony, have you met Jules?
Yep, I sure have.
Okay. But you got the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner, which I find is an amazing product. And when I did the install and review video, I've never used that product before. So my reactions on the bike were in the moment and natural.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yep. Actually, no, they're in the 2 different locations.
Yeah, she's home tonight.
Yep. And so Dave says hello.
What's going on, Dave? Thanks for joining us.
So so a little birdie told me you have a new product coming out.
Yes.
You want to share? Trust me, if you tell me, I won't tell anybody else.
Well, it's again, it's a product like the Tury Fast, a little more aggressive. I'm working on my packaging now, and I got to get a motorcycle on there. I'm gonna do a either my bike or a couple other bikes on there, and of course it's going to be operated via Bluetooth like the Tury.
Would you use the same app, or is it a different app?
Different app altogether. And this is the controller like the Tury. And what's happening is right now I'm going through. This is going to get tested hopefully this week. And now what happens is I have to make changes on the app. That's where, so, what I have to remove, what I have to add. It's, believe it or not, it's 3 different people doing, all this, 3 different, well, this was done through a friend and a company that put it all together for me. Mm-hmm. And then the app is 2 different engineers or programmers that are doing what they have to do for me on the app. It's a lot of work. So here I am, texting at work or at nighttime. I'm on with a programmer because one of them is located. The company's located in New Hampshire, and the actual programmer that I'm dealing with is in India.
Yes. Okay.
So, and I've worked with him before on other projects for an app that I had in the past. So thank God he speaks English and he knows the language and he understands everything that I tell him. Otherwise, I'd be pulling whatever hair I have left out of my head out. And so hopefully within another 2 months, I should have the app and everything completed. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And then just fine tuning the module, the responder itself, to make sure it's running right. You know, the RPMs aren't flying high or they're not too low, and the signals that go through are right on the money, because everything is 12 volts, and you know it's 5 volts going through the throttle. You know, and it changes. It's negative, it's positive.
Couple quick questions. One is, the website is throttletuner.com to order it.
Yes.
And discount code Dr. Harley still works, correct?
Yes.
For 10% off.
Yes.
And Brian here asked a very good question. Is there a way to get the app to work on CarPlay?
No. CarPlay only works with the apps that are built into the phone.
Waze isn't built into the phone.
No, Waze isn't built into the phone. Hold on 1 second here, because I was doing it on my phone. It does not. I was doing it on my bike. Actually, excuse me, Bri, I don't know the answer to that question, and I'll tell you why. Because on the Rockford head unit, it doesn't work. I have a Rockford stereo in mine, so it won't connect to the Rockford, but it might connect to the Harley one. I don't know.
No, because I tried.
You tried
accessing it through the Android Auto, and it wouldn't come up.
It wouldn't come up. Yeah. Yeah.
So that might be something you might want to talk to your programmer.
Talk to my programmer
way to make that work, because that would be something that'd be awesome to put up on your display.
Exactly.
You could make your adjustments that way instead of having your phone. Because I take my phone, I put it in the glove box, or it's in my pocket.
Yeah, and you don't, and that's it. You don't touch it after that.
Right.
Good question, Bride. Julie, you taking notes?
Yes, she is.
Always, babe. Always.
See, she's on it.
She's
Give her a raise. What was that, Jules? I'm sorry, I had to mute it.
I don't get paid.
Forced labor. I think there was an amendment to that in the Constitution. Okay. Scott says it works on my car too, or pickup.
I do offer them for the cars also. Yes, I do. So they're a little bit different, but yes, they're on the website also.
Yeah, awesome. So he says he's going to download it and all that. So let's see. Factlight says, what are all the applications that Throttle Tuner works for?
Okay, it's going to work from 2008 touring bikes and up to 24. On the 24s, the only model it'll work on is the Road King, because the Street Glide and Road Glide offer the track mode. Softails from 2015 and up. If you hit the website, it'll give you all the different model and year bikes that it'll work on.
Beautiful. Mrs. Kelfire, who I love her to death, she's awesome, wants to know, can you control more than one bike through the same app and phone?
No, you can't.
So it marries to the ECU?
Wait, the question is no. It's not married to the bike.
Right. So like I do, I take it off my Road Glide, put it on my Softail.
Yes, you can do
and
that.
I use the same app and the same tuner from bike to bike. It does not marry to that one bike.
Correct. It's not married to that one bike. Correct. I was reading her question wrong.
Yeah. See, Tweedle asks, hey Tweedle, is it true you have to have it Bluetooth to your phone for it to work all the time? That is true.
Well, it's going to be Bluetooth to your phone, Tweedle, but what happens is if you don't turn your phone on, it's going to when you start your bike, it's going to stay on to your last setting. And in the app, you can turn it on. You could set it so it turns the unit off so it's back to stock.
Yep.
Also, it offers you have a security feature in there where it locks your throttle. So if someone starts your bike, they can't go anywhere because you have no throttle use. And then you have a valet mode or parking mode, for the cars, where you can adjust how much sensitivity they have. So if you drop the bike off at a dealership and they want to take it for a test ride, they can't have fun with it because it's limited to what they can do.
I'm going to do that next time I bring my bike in for warranty work and I got to take it for a test ride.
You're going to mess with them.
Something's wrong. I'm like, yeah, that's why it's here. Figure it out.
You're gonna mess with them.
I wouldn't do that. I know all the techs.
But that could be a lot of fun. That could be a lot of fun.
That could be. So it works on the newer bikes, but not on the newer touring bikes because of the track mode that's in there.
Other than the Road King, it'll work on the Road King because the Road King does not offer that feature.
Now, I'm sure you're looking at getting around that to make it even more sensitive.
Well, yeah, I am. I was looking at it. I want to find out through my Harley techs if the track mode, if that performance package could be removed from the ECM or shut off. And if that can be done, then the next thing I have to figure out is because on your bike and my bike, we have the twist grip sensor, which goes into the dash or under your cluster on your bike, and then you connect to the harness to the balance. In the new touring bikes, the Street Glide and the Road Glide, everything is in your switch pack.
Yep.
So there's not much room in there. And that's what I have to see, how small this can be made. If this can be made to fit in there, that and the ECU can be shut off, that option can be shut off like the RDRS, then I'm in business.
I'm looking for. Listen, if I could fit 500 gigabytes on this,
yep,
I'm sure it could be made that small. It all depends on, run costs and
that's the other thing also, what the cost is going to be, because I've seen the inside of the of that. It's tight. That throttle, that switch pack, everything is right there. It is very tight. Yeah. And if you see how the throttle looks and the grip and everything, it's totally strange. Whoever thought of this, very strange, very weird.
Is there a way to turn it on? Twitter wants to know, is there a way to turn it on and leave it on without having to fiddle with your phone every time?
Yeah, once you set it in the app to stay on, where when you shut the app off, it'll be on all the time.
Whether the app is active or not.
Correct.
There you go.
And what's good about this Tweedle is that you can, this won't interfere with any other apps that you have. So if you open the app up, you do your settings, and then you put on Pandora or Spotify or Waze, that app's running in the background.
Yep. Nice. Hey, how you doing, Dean Benedetti? Good to see you. So, let me see. I'm getting caught up here. So if you want a Tury Fast Throttle Tuner or wait for the new throttle tuner to come out, be the same website, throttletuner.com. And do you have a projection for when the new one's coming out?
I'm hoping 2 months. My big thing is product and the casing, cabling, plugs. It's a supply chain. So if there's no backup on that, and what they want to make, they might say, Anthony, I want 10,000 units made before I do this. Then I got to figure out something to do on there.
Maybe a pre-sale.
But the technology and everything is all there. Yeah. So, and the app, that's the main thing, fine-tuning the app. And then I'm rocking and rolling.
That's awesome. And you currently work at a dealership?
Yes, I do.
And it's out in Staten Island. What's the
name?
Staten
Island Harley Davidson, yes.
Staten Island Harley. And you're there Tuesday through Saturday?
Tuesday through Saturday, Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to 4.
Okay. Nice. And what do you do there? Your sales, parts?
Nope. I hate sales. I'm at the parts department. I can do all phases. I used to be a finance manager, sales manager, service manager, parts manager. Now I don't want the aggravation no more. Just deal at the parts counter and sell the parts.
Yep.
And I enjoy it.
Is Harley is it only available for the Harley, or do you have it available for other bikes?
Well, my particular product, my personal product, will be only for the Harley. Tury Fast does offer for other motorcycles. What brands, I don't know. If you shoot me an email, I can find out for you and let you know. And it's not a problem for me to get it for you.
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna destroy your name. I apologize. Was it Evelist? I maybe can you help me out? Can you help me out, Bill? What's the name?
Yeah. The name, I can't see the name, even with my glasses.
Oh.
The install is very easy. I can tell that he did it in the parking lot at a bar once, and it took about 15 minutes.
And I have a video. If you go back into my playlist, you will. It's in the shop playlist and product reviews playlist. I actually do a install on a Road Glide, and it's very easy on a Road Glide. It's easy on a Batwing, which would be your Street Glide. You just have to remove the outer fairing to get access to where your throttle by wire is. It's a simple install. The app is simple to install, and once it's done, it's done. It's a quick, easy thing. 10% off. Use discount code Dr. Harley, and I can't say enough good stuff about it. I love having it. I'm going to put it on Spaceball when I go out to West Virginia to the Hootenanny.
You'll have fun with it out there.
Oh yeah. That's a fun bike to ride. Let's see. California was wishing they made one for a 2008 Sportster.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's Sportsters are still cable. But you know what's funny? The Sportster S, the new Sportster S, has that technology on, like the Pan America also.
The selling point. Yep. Let it scream, Tweedle. Use my discount code. It's an affiliate link, to be honest with you guys. It's an affiliate link, or an affiliate discount code. I appreciate it. I know Tony appreciates it. And hey, if you could save 10%, why not use it? Let's see. Let's see. Why can't her eyes look healthy here? I have no idea what you're talking about, Dallas.
Talk about Jules with her glasses. There you go, babe. Take them off.
My eyes are healthy. I just can't. I'm getting older. Are they better?
Oh, thanks, Tweedle. Much love. Hey, if you want to pay full price, pay full price.
Put your Jules. Put your mute.
Hey, Nori, how you doing? This guy is a Harley technician himself. He's an MMI graduate and also a good friend of mine.
Oh, will he work up by you?
No, he's actually in South Carolina.
What dealership?
Yeah, Nori, tell us what dealership you work up. And so your 1903 spray wax, I've never used it, to be honest.
I shoot me a message with your address again. And I'm going to get a bottle out to you.
Okay, because I'll use the hell out of it. I just bought a whole bunch of Psycho Killer down in Daytona. Is a great dude. I love this product because you could put it right on the tire and there's no petroleum in it.
Yep, exactly. So you don't have to worry about that.
Slippery, and it doesn't leave any white marks or anything like that. And you say your product does the same thing.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
If it works, I'll buy it by the gallons from you.
I appreciate that.
The big thing is my wife does all the detailing, and if it smells good, she'll use it.
Oh, it smells like blueberry, grape. Like grape.
Oh, there you go. She'll use it. So he works at Harley Haven.
Harley Haven. Okay. Well, I'm in the parts department at Staten Island Harley. So if you ever need anything, give a holler.
Yep. See, Bri even says 1903 spray polish is great. All you need to do is try it.
Thank you, Bri.
I love Bry. Bry's a great dude.
Yep,
One day, he and I are going to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a coffee and a scone together, or a bear claw.
That's it. No Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts.
That's it. Let's see. All the way from New Zealand, the spray polish is available outside the States.
I ship worldwide. Here's what I recommend on you doing is get a quote, purchase, go through the whole process of purchasing it, and then I'll see that you didn't purchase it through, and then I'll requote the shipping and I'll send you an email, because through the website, for some reason, the shipping is always more than me going directly with Shippo that I use. Shippo and my website don't communicate. So when it's international orders, I requote it through Shippo, where it's a lot cheaper.
See, there you go. Solving problems, making people happy. So, Dino Writing, if you want it, there it is. Now, do you ship the throttle tuner worldwide as well, or?
Yes, I do. The same thing. Pay no attention to the shipping on there. I will get back to you and let you know what the shipping is, and I'll send an invoice that way. Yep. Or if you purchase it there, then I could just refund the difference on the shipping, which I've done for a few other customers in the past.
See, my wife's excited. She goes, "Ooh, grapes." Bright says it smells yummy.
Sure does. Put a little vodka in there.
Brian wants to know, does it have a Dunkin' drive-through mode?
Not yet.
Dude, wouldn't that be the valet mode?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the valet mode.
Oh, yeah, it does. It's called valet, Brian. So, nice. Want to make a thumbnail for tomorrow's video. What's tomorrow's video? But I'm really looking forward to this new throttle tuner coming out.
Same here.
I might throw it on Spaceball and leave it there.
My thing is, I want to, it's a year process, and I would have put this on my bike sooner, but I don't like riding in the cold anymore, so I ain't putting it in and going out, and because I can't do what I really want to do with it in the cold, Yep. So my tech guy is like, listen, I'll put it on the bike, put it on my bike, and I'll do what I got to do and write down my pros and cons of what needs to be changed, and then we go from there.
There you go. It's all product development.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a great thing.
It was a pain in the ass in the beginning, because I was trying to get the voltage on every pin in the throttle wire, and it was just driving me nuts. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, because one minute you're probing and you're getting one thing, and then it's getting another, and then I had a tester made, and it worked a few times, and then I'm taking video of it and pictures of it. And then I go to do it again, and the damn thing ain't working on me. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So that was 2 months a hold up right there, trying to get this thing to work. And holy shit, it's not easy. Not easy.
Yeah. So you're also on Instagram. It's Throttle Tuner on Instagram.
Yes.
And Facebook.
Yes.
And Jules runs that whole social media
circus. Yep.
So, Jules, this is your chance to tell us all about social media for Throttle Tuner in 1903.
Well, basically, I do the social media. I've been a little slow about it lately, but most of my footage is from the back of the bike. My footage, is us riding, and so it's been a little slow because it's been winter. And I basically show the product. I show it in use. It's fantastic when I have the footage of it in use, because we are just having a blast with it and just showing us having fun with it, and showing other people just having a blast with it. When you do message, you're messaging me, not him, because he's at work. So I'm here taking all of your messages. So if I don't get back to you, I will get back to you. But if I do get back to you and say that I don't know the answer, it's because I don't know the technical aspects of it. So I'll tell you that I'll get back to you when I talk to Tony, or I will tell him to get back to you. basically that's about it. It's mostly footage of us because we're just really having a blast on it. I mean, he throws me off the bike when he likes to put it in that blue mode. I don't know the technicalities of the words, but when he puts it in the blue, he loves to throw me off the back. He loves to jolt me around, and we just have a good time with it, and we're loving it. And so I take a lot of footage of that. And then I like to put the promos up too and encourage him to put more promos, which I think we're going to be putting another one up soon, that we spoke about this morning. And whether or not he wants to or not is not his choice, because we're going to be putting up a new promo. For our customers that share footage with us of themselves enjoying the product. We're going to be giving an initiative to share us, some footage, and give them some benefit, for doing that for us. So,
So, so Jules, do you have the links to my videos for the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner?
I sure do.
Okay, because if you needed them, I could get them to you.
I have not the links, but I see your YouTubes. But you can send them to Tony and he'll send them to me.
I will put them in the Throttle Tuner chat with my address.
For sure.
Okay, so does anybody else have any questions for Tony? I mean, we're at 36 minutes already. It's gone by fast. Went a lot faster than I thought. Does anybody have any questions for Tony about the 1903 spray polish? I have one. Can you put it on a hot bike, like the paintwork that's been sitting on the sun? Or do you have to wait for it to cool down?
You don't have to wait for it to cool down. You can do it. What'll happen is sometimes, especially on black, you might see what looks like a film or streaking. You just wait a minute and then wipe it off again. But other than that, yeah, hot bike, you can do it on there. You can, use it on the chrome. That you don't want to do on hot because it'll just burn right up. But you can use it on every part of the bike, and denim paint also.
Now, how about on the motors? Does it bring it back to black?
No, it does not do anything on the motor.
Okay. A funny story about that was my wife just detailed a bike for a customer, and we're big components on the Harley Davidson back to black to make the motors pop.
Yeah.
And we used a little too much of it, and he brought it back and said he's got an oil leak.
I've heard stories like that. What are you using for the motor?
The Harley Davidson back to black.
Okay. Try the S100 Engine Bright.
Okay.
That works pretty good.
Okay. Now, Tweedle says, does it smell good like Chemical Guys and Mothers? We said it smells kind of grapish. It has that grape smell to it.
Like bubble gum, Tweedle. Like a grape bubble gum.
There you go.
Bubblicious.
There you go. 1903 works great, and they love it. A lot of great endorsements there. And
thank you.
But those are the best endorsements, or the endorsements of people who paid for the product, because I got no skin in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And I tell everybody honestly, you were the first person to trust me and giving me a product to review and go over. And I thought, look, yes.
And I'll tell you why I did that. I've had a few other people saying, "Oh, send me one," and I've sent a few out, and I got nothing out of it. And I see their Instagram page, and they're digital creators. All they're doing is standing there doing this, and they're not doing anything for it. I watched your YouTube, and I said, you know what? This is a guy that's like me. He's hands-on. He's in there doing it. He's, you're working on bikes. You're showing videos of this, real life stuff. Not this one modeling a vest, modeling a helmet, modeling boots. You're out there. You're promoting a product that you know, and you're hands-on. You're doing it. So I said, you know what? I got to send him one. And a handful of orders, as you're aware, and it's baby steps. It's baby steps.
And I was, delighted with the partnership. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
And when it comes in, it's like Christmas for me. Salty Badger wants to know, can you put it on tires, the 1903?
Yes, you can.
Because there's no petroleum in it, so it doesn't make it slippery or anything like that.
You could do that. You could put it on your seat, your grips, your floorboards. You don't have to worry about anything slipping and sliding.
Yep.
Yes.
XN wants to know, can you use it on the windscreen? Because I know Clockwork says don't use anything that's a pressurized can, and they have their own Clockworks polish for their windscreens.
Well,
And
this can be used on the windscreen. What happens is they're tinted, and the ammonia is what turns the colors, makes it turn a different color.
Okay, and you have zero ammonia in it.
Zero ammonia.
Beautiful. Is it so? It's all natural products like carnauba and
Carnauba wax, beeswax, no petroleum, no silicone, no ammonia, no alcohol.
There you go.
And acrylics that they're in it.
Now you got people breaking stones. WD-40 will keep your tires from getting dry rot. They also keep you from riding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a bottle of that 1903 should last you about 4 to 5 details on a touring bike.
Depending on how you spray it, if you're gonna go once, twice, I get probably about 6 or 7 details out of mine.
There you go.
And I use it pretty heavy.
See, Dave's here, man, who's coming to us all the way from Arizona. Says does it mix well with vodka?
You want to know something? On a hot day, you can make a nice slushy out of it. Because it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you if you drink it. So yeah, just watch for the bees when you're spraying it around. Watch for the bees because of the scent, the bees come around. So if you're allergic to bees, do it indoors instead of outdoors.
Yeah, we do all the details inside my little 24 by 24 garage. That's all I work out of, and I get a lot of work in there, and I do get a lot of work done in there, but it gets a little confined at times.
When are you planning on opening up your shop?
We are looking at sometime next year.
Okay, good.
And
good.
We've already talked to companies like Sounds and Swicky Speed, Suspension Technologies, and a few other companies, about being dealers for them.
Perfect. Well, so I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that to open.
We're going to have a big open house, probably on a Sunday. And, of course, you're going to be invited, and, everybody's going to be invited if they can make it. It'll be a lot of open house before any business gets done. So the shop's going to be new and clean. You'll be able to walk through the shop. You'll walk through the customer area. Shirt sales will be available at that point. And whatever products that we have on the showroom floor will be available for sale that day as well.
Perfect.
So, it's going to be a great time. We're going to be giving away hot dogs and hamburgers with sodas and water. There'll be no beer that day.
Exactly. Don't want that.
Nope. I don't think my insurance will.
Yeah, no. Excuse me 1 second. I got to go to the little boy's room.
Yeah, right on. Hey, Greg, welcome to the show. No worries that you're late. You missed out a lot of good information about the 1903 spray wash and the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner. And he's got a new throttle tuner coming to the market within the next few short months. He's working out some of the details. And Jules here is the social media guru.
I am. I've been a little bit on hiatus because I've been working on my own business, but I am there. And like I said, most of the social media is done by me. Almost all of it. Most of the good social media is done by me. Anything that you see is not so good while he's in the boys' room, is his. Yeah, it's mostly like I said, we are having a blast on the bike, and I take so much video footage while we're on the bike, and I use mostly that. And then I give information, all the information about the products when I post. He gives me the details. I'm not good with the technology. I'm not a techie. I'm a teacher. I was a teacher, so I'm not a techie. So he gives me all the details and I fill them all in for you. And when you ask questions, if I can answer them, mostly it's about the promos and things like that. I'll answer you, but if I can't, I will refer you back to Tony and or I'll text him and say answer this question for me because I don't know, about the technology. I'm learning though. I'm learning more and more. So here he is.
Back
Hey,
again, guys.
So, Dinah, if you really want some of that polish, you just get onto the 1903 and order it up, and I'm sure it'll get put out and shipped to you tomorrow.
That it will. Dinah, use the coupon code Dr. Harley, but don't process the order. I mean, if you process it, I'll refund the difference in the shipping once I know what the exact total is. Or if you wait for an email from me, then I will send you a PayPal payment that way also.
Yep. And DDK, yes, there will be a sticker wall for all social media and YouTubers to put their stickers up that they were there, and you'd be more than welcome to slap the sticker up there. Everybody but Tweedle. No, Tweedle.
Tweedle, what's up with that?
I love Tweedle. I like breaking his stones. So Greg came in late, and I told him he missed out on a lot of great information about the spray wax, the throttle tuner, and your throttle tuner that's coming out. I'd call it throttle tuner version 2.0.
2.0.
Let's see. Does he have a tuner that auto senses and prevents whiskey throttle? Asking for it.
That would be the lock function. Nothing happens.
Yep. So she turned on him fast. Boy. I'm just catching up here with the side comments, guys. So give us, hey, Droop, what's going on? Welcome to the show. If you got any questions about the 1903, same thing with Greg, or the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner, or the new throttle tuner coming out, feel free to drop them into the side chat, and I will make sure they get answered, even though we already covered it, but we're going to do it fast.
We'll do it again, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Dinah says, nah, I farted out the polish would that smell. God. If you use enough of it, it will.
It will.
I don't have a passport. We'll put you on a plane, Tweedle. I got a bike for you to ride. Don't worry about it. Let's see. I'm heavy-handed when it comes to rolling on the throttle. It's reason number 2. I don't have performance mods on my bike.
Well,
let's see. Since the 19 spray won't work on Gold Wings, yes, it will.
Yes, it will. It'll work on Gold Wings, cars. I geared it towards motorcycles because I'm in the industry.
Yep. And the throttle tuner does not work on Gold Wings.
No.
And Drew, you got that beautiful Road King. It'll work on that Road King, the throttle tuner, and trust me, it will make your bike feel like you got a stage 2 in it. That's the way it works that's how it felt for me.
Drew, if I turn around and I tell people, if you think your bike is tuned, think again once you use this thing. Because it really adds to it.
And it works on Indians. It works on all makes and manufacturers and models to include the Polaris.
Yep. Indians also.
So Greg wants to know, is the 1903 a quick detailer spray type?
Yes, it is. It's a spray on wipe off. And it's, how can I say this? Like people say wax, spray wash, wax polish. When you're coming from, to me, it's all the same. Wax and polish, it's all the same. I say polish because it just sounds nicer than wax. But yeah, it's a detailer type spray. Yes.
See, Salty says you don't need 1903 on an Indian. They can't. Wow, what a tough crowd.
Oh man, that's that's heartless.
So, honey, if you're listening, I could use a refill. Got this whiskey. We found this whiskey on our way back from West Virginia, right around. I was at New Year's Eve actually, and it's called Bird Dog, and we got the chocolate flavor, and that lasted 2 days because it's so smooth. And then now we found this peanut butter flavor, which is just as smooth and just as tasty, and I love it.
Is that
Bird Dog? If you want to sponsor,
squirrel or what's the other one? There's a peanut butter one. One's called Squirrel, and I forgot what the other one's called. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh, Road Reality. Oh, yeah, definitely look it up. There are discount codes, Dr. Harley, for the throttle tuner and for the 1903. So, feel free to use it. Try the. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to try the blackberry. I like blackberry. I'm getting recommendations on. Wish I could get old.
Screwball. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. We either do that, Squirrel or Fireball or Jack Fire on our Sundays before we start our rides.
That's not true. I've said nice things to you. You just didn't hear them. Let's see. You gotta try the blackberry bird dog with rum chata. Yeah, okay. I tell you what. I'm gonna see if I can. You bring the rum chata, and I'll bring the bird dog, blackberry to TMMR.
Sounds like a party.
Yep. So okay. I'm sorry, Jules. I had you muted.
Oh, shoot. You didn't hear anything I was saying.
Nope.
Dang it.
Nope.
I was talking to myself.
Unfortunately, I apologize.
Okay, you didn't want to hear me. That's all right. I'm not insulted at all.
I'll have my wife spank me later.
I'm not. Oh, good. That's always a good time.
So, what were you saying?
I don't know when you muted me.
Oh.
All good.
Yeah, it was a little while because of the echo.
Oh, shoot. Forgot.
So.
Oh, I was just saying, I was saying how we have a good time. We have a shot, and then we go out on the bike, and then he likes to throw me off the back. He likes to put it in the blue and throw me off the back.
I don't think he purposely throws you off the back.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Just gotta hold on tighter.
He doesn't give me warning. All of a sudden, I see him switch his finger to the blue and then hit the throttle.
There's the warning.
That's it. She sees my hand move.
Well,
You see blue. Okay.
I also prompt him to go a little faster all the time. Faster. So I'm a little bit a guilty party in that.
Hey.
Plus, you have a backrest.
Yes, I do. And we have a new seat, which I love.
I just got one in the mail today.
That's a beautiful seat.
I love that seat. Yeah.
Who's it made by?
Well, I had a saddle, and I've had it since I bought the bike, and it never set. It was like a rock, like I was sitting on a brick.
It was never broken in. And a couple weeks ago, the rep for Saddleman came in, introduced himself. He came in with the drag rep, and my bike happened to be at the shop. And I said, "Oh, you know what? Come take a look at my seat because this thing's hard as a rock." So he goes down, squeezing this, that. He takes some pictures. He goes, how long have you had the seat? I hit my odometer. It says 30,000 miles. The seat never broke in. He goes, all right, let me see what I can do for you.
couple days goes by, I don't hear from him. I shoot him an email. He goes, "Oh, Anthony, I'll get right back to you." He turns around and he says, "Oh, there's nothing I can do for you." So I reply back and said, "I'm not asking you to give me a new seat or fix it for free. I'll pay for it to get fixed." He goes, "No, there's really nothing we can do, but your dealership is a Saddleman, dealer. Every every 6 seats you sell, you get one free. Have the dealership give you one." I said, "They're not going to give me a seat." So I basically turned around, and I got to say that they are a good product. So I turned around and I sold that seat, and I bought a Drag Specialties Predator 3,
There you go.
which is a very comfortable seat, I got to say.
Yep. I got rid of my Saddleman step-up seat today. Took it off the bike because it's very uncomfortable. I would say it's as comfortable as a Badlander seat.
Yeah.
And I bought a custom-made Corbin seat while I was down in Daytona.
I seen the picture of it before, and let me tell you something. Corbin makes a good product, and that's a beautiful seat you put on your bike.
I'm very happy with the way it came out. I must have spent an hour talking to the guy picking out the fabrics and adding the stitching and the lettering. To my surprise, I said I did not want the Corbin name on the side, and they still put it there.
Yeah. Now that's gold stitching you have on there, and I love that because of the polish. And if my bike was a different color, I would have some lettering done with 1903 in the gold. The blue wouldn't look good with the gold, and everything else chrome on it. So I'm shit out of luck.
No, you can change the stitching color.
Yeah, I could do a silver stitching color. I was thinking if someone can do almost a chrome pinstripe, I want to do something on the saddlebag, 1903 spray on polish like that. I just haven't found anyone that can really do pinstriping like that. But being in the industry, I'll find someone.
There's a guy in Connecticut I used on my gas tank because it's the lowrider S. So the Harley Davidson with the drop H is in bronze.
Yep.
And I had him match the gold powder coating, and he went over it with that gold, and it looks amazing.
When you send me your address, send me his information. I'll give him a call.
If I could find it, I will definitely.
I appreciate
his information. He came in. I had the bike on the lift for him. He was all happy, and he did that. And in my old saddlebags, which were the ST saddlebags, the bar and shield was in chrome, and he went over that with the gold as well. Perfect. I've since sold those because I got the Advan Black full-size saddlebags.
Perfect. Not to change the subject, but in regards to your chopper build, get info to us so we can promote the shit out of it for you also.
Yeah. Right now it's up at Atomic Cycle Works. They're making the seat. And when it comes back, I got to get hot and heavy on finish mocking it up. I spent some money and time at the swap meet in Daytona and bought a lot of small pieces that I needed, like a tail light, rear brakes, what else did I buy when I was down there? Hand controls, the switches and all that. Yep. So, I got to finish mocking this whole thing up. I also got to buy the chain drive conversion because I want it to be chain drive.
Yeah.
And then from there, once it's all mocked up and everything, I could send it all out for powder coat because everything's getting powder coated. No paint.
Nice.
I'm going to take the motor apart, send some motor pieces out for powder coat. Some of the open primary is going to be sent out for powder coat. And when it all comes back, I'm going to assemble it. I'm going to road test it, tune it. I still got to figure out which exhaust I got to get. And I got to do that before I send it out for powder. I'll probably have to weld some tabs on the frame for it.
Can't wait to see this thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Let's see. Rhodes says, Letterfly Pinstriping makes rounds in the Maryland area every season. Too bad you're not close to Maryland.
I'm 2 hours. I'm probably about 3 to 4 hours, depending on where in Maryland.
Yeah.
It would be worth taking a ride down there, leaving early in the morning.
Yep. So, Dino Riding NZ, if you're looking for a Saddleman step-up seat for a 2020 Softail style frame, let me know. I'm going to be putting that seat up for sale. To me, it's very uncomfortable. Mr. Wesson Customs in the house. Hello and welcome to the show.
Welcome, Wesson.
I met him last year in Daytona. He's a great dude. He's got a great channel, does some fun things, and he makes a lot of custom parts. So
that's good to know.
Yep. So if you're just joining us, Tony's here. He has the 1903 spray polish. He is the mix master of that spray polish, and hit the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner and the new throttle tuner to be released sometime in the very near future.
Throttle Tuner 2.0.
So we're at the 1 hour mark. What I usually like to do is, invite people in to ask you direct questions, something they're like, it's too much for me to type. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, of course it is.
Okay. Because, this show is all about you and your products. And I just, want to make sure it's okay with you. Yeah. So if you have any questions for Tony or Jules about the 1903 spray polish or about the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner or the new throttle tuner coming up, here is the link. You're more than welcome to come on in and ask your questions away. So, Jules, you have anything for us?
I need my glasses. Oh, that's just a link. No, I really think I gave you what I have. Please share. If you're a customer or if you're going to be a customer of ours, please share with us, because we're going to be doing a promo for anyone who shares videos or pictures using our products. We're setting that up this week. We need footage. We'd love your pictures. We'd love to see that you love our products. And we'll be rewarding you for that so that we can use that. I can use that in our social media profile.
There you go. There you go. So just so you know, my Softail needs to be detailed since it came back from Florida. When I brought it back from Florida, it went on the lift. I added some risers to it, and now the seat, and it has all that Florida garbage on it. It needs to be cleaned up. So when I get the bottle, we'll definitely use it on there. And people have been asking for a detailed video. And I talked my wife into it. And she's actually going to do a detailed video.
Perfect.
On the process and what she does and how she does it and what products she uses. Like I'm an Amsoil dealer, and we use the Amsoil Miracle Wash to clean the bike. Unless it's muddy, then we use soap and water.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you. I have 3 products out. I have a ceramic spray. Ooh. I have, of course, the polish, and then I have another polish, a little bit thicker. It's white in color, no smell. Has a little bit more carnauba. That one is, you have sprayed on the applicator, you put it on, you let it sit a minute and wipe it off. The ceramic sprays, if you had ceramic done already, ceramic coating done, this will just longevity to it and add to it. If you don't have it, using this enough will give you a little bit of protection, 90 days, 120 days, on top of with the polish on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you all 3 products out.
Awesome. So I appreciate it.
So you have them all.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send you my address right now. There it is.
Cinnamon sent it?
Huh?
Did I hear one of them is cinnamon sent it?
I think so, yeah.
No cinnamon.
No cinnamon. You got her. She got excited there for a minute. All right, just sent it to you on Instagram.
Perfect. And I'll get that out for you tomorrow.
Oh, I appreciate it. Speaking of mailing, for people who won the giveaways last week, because I got a mystery box donated from Yankee Harley Davidson, I gave away 2 shirts, 2 jackets, and a pair of boots, all brand new. And we didn't ship them out, but they are, because we didn't have boxes. Well, boxes have shown up, so we have them boxed up, and they will be getting put out in the mail tomorrow. So before you ask where's your product or your stuff you want, it's there. It's coming. So
It's in the mail.
Let's see. What's their website? It's throttletuner.com. If you wanted to. Let's see. Let me bring it up, and I'll paste it back in here again for you. Now, will you be will you be putting it on Amazon at all, or no?
No. Nope. I had it 2 years ago. I had 3 guys that wanted to become national distributors for the product. Signed an agreement with them and everything. And now I stress 3 guys. I had them take care of, I basically gave them all the dealerships, which was, found money, all the online sales, and they were on Amazon. They neglected the dealerships. Everything that was online went to Amazon. Amazon gets a phenomenal fee. On top, every product that I came out with, they had to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they declined it. So I turned around and I said to him, I said, you're breaking the agreement by declining it. I says, but once you decline it, I will sell it back on the internet again and go from there.
Yep.
So back and forth, emails, arguing this, that. They decided to terminate the agreement. And he says, Amazon is flooded with companies that sell all different polishes. I says, absolutely right. Your nephew is making a lot of money on Amazon selling a little bit of everything.
Yep.
I said, but let me ask you a question. I says, do me a favor. Go on to Amazon and punch 1903 spray on polish and see how many people are selling it. I says, you're only going to find one. That's you. Now, if you were smart, you'd reach out to all these other people that are selling polishes and offer it to them also. Pennies turn to dollars. These guys really wanted to make the big money, but they really didn't want to work for it. And so one of the reasons why I won't go on Amazon is because I want to support my brick and mortar.
Got you.
If you're sitting on the computer and you have a dealership down the road, you're going to buy it from Amazon before you go down the road. I know when you go into a dealership, you're going to pick up my product, and you're going to see this, then you're going to see this, then you're going to see this, and you're going to buy 3 different products. So I'm a big believer of supporting my local shops and the
Support the local small business.
Exactly.
So Weston Custom says he needs to pick some up after he gets done painting his new lids. I have a discount code if you want. It's Dr. Harley. So if you want a nice little discount, go ahead and use that.
I appreciate it, Weston.
What's the discount on the 1903 spray wax?
It's 20% discount.
20%. Nice. Let's see. The MC Crimson Glide said I caught the last part of the ceramic coat application. How does it permeate the ceramic coat I already have on the bike? I think it just reinforces it.
Exactly. Reinforces it, adds that shine that if you're feeling it's losing a little shine to it. And
this is a question here that we're going to have Jules answer. What social media do you have?
We have Instagram and we have Facebook.
And the names on them are
Throttle_tuner on Instagram and Throttle Tuner on Facebook, and at 1903 Spray and Polish on both.
There you go. There you go. Let's see. Check out this. Get the fuck.
I'm waiting for those to come in. I'm waiting for another order of them.
Yeah, I like gloves.
I'll get you a pair when they come in.
So if this polish is safe to use on seats, what about leathers? And have you had it protect them?
It'll clean the leather. It'll clean the leather and everything. It won't do no harm to it.
Yep. So Salty says, what about matte paint?
Works on matte paint.
And the denim, which is the matte.
Same thing. Yeah, the same.
Yep. So it's good on all. Because I remember when the matte paints and the denim paints first came out, they always said to use Windex.
Yep. Who just asked that last question about the matte paint?
That'd be Mr. Salty Badger.
Salty, if you go to my website, on the main page, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a Sportster tank with oil on it.
Now, what made you go with the name 1903 Spray Polish? Was that just a play on Harley Davidson, or?
Well, being in the motorcycle industry, 1903. That's when Harley Davidson was founded. They were incorporated in 1907. So I figured, you know what? It's a nice, catchy name. What am I going to? I couldn't think of anything, that I liked. And working in the Harley industry and having all the contacts, I went with that. And funny thing about it is that they sent me a cease and desist letter back in September. Yeah. And
cease and desist on the date 1903?
Yeah, for the polish. So, and I laughed, and before I came up with the name 1903 Spray on Polish, of course, I checked the trademarks. I checked Harley's on their internal site, everything that they owned. They have nothing that says 1903, or do they have anything that says 1903 Spray on Polish?
There you go.
So I replied back to them saying, I'll forward this to my lawyer, but also, can you show me your registration numbers for 1903? Back and forth, back and forth. And the two numbers that they sent me, one was Harley Davidson with one of their logos, and the classes that they had that trademark for.
Hello.
How's it going? Was for polish, wax, cleaners, this, that. But it's not 1903. Then they sent me the other one, the trademark registration number for 1903 Events, which is their catering facility in Milwaukee. So my lawyer reached out to him and says, you're trying to beat up the small guy. And he turned around and says, yeah, well, we had this problem once before with someone else. And he goes, yeah, I'm aware of it. And that guy had his name trademarked, but he got scared and backed down. So my lawyer basically turned around and said to him, says, there's no infringement here. But if you want to buy the name, it's available. And that was it.
Yep. So here's the picture of the Sportster tank with the polish on it. Can you explain that?
Okay, that tank was actually painted 2 days prior, denim. It had a dent in it, and I had a friend of mine who owns a body shop redo the whole tank for me. That is Sin 3 that's been sitting on that thing for almost an hour. And if you let that video roll, you'll see that tank look like nothing was on it.
All right, let's roll Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Motor oil has been on there for about an hour. On the denim tank. sprays and it's all.
That came out beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, can you use any microfiber chamois or?
Yes, I use a 300 to 400 chamois on there. Excuse me, microfiber. But yeah,
Nice.
and,
So
and
I'm
what's
sorry,
funny-
PA got you muted, but if you got a question, I'll bring it right in. Go ahead, PA. The floor is yours.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I do. The throttle tuner, would that work on a 2016 Indian Scout 60?
No, it's for Harley Davidson only. And if I'm correct, certain Indians have that technology in there also already.
Oh, okay.
But this
I
is
was
just
just
for
wondering.
Harley Davidson.
Good night, Miss
Cool.
Des.
Good night.
So
Good night.
I put the website up for the 1903 spray polish. I will put the website in for the throttle tuner
Perfect.
and the spray polish with the discount code in the description of this video at the end of the live tonight. So anybody wants to go back and try and find the website, you can without having to go through and rewatch the whole thing to find it in the side chat. But I will have it in the description. So if you want to go back and look and order some 1903 or a throttle tuner or wait till the new throttle tuner comes out, that you can do that as well.
Actually, hold on 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Where am
Here's
I?
one thing
I like
I'm
to do-
looking forward to is when I get the new throttle tuner, doing a side-by-side comparison both with the app and with the throttle tuner on the same bike.
Hey, Robert, what I'm going to do is for the month of the rest of this month and next month, your followers can save 15%.
Wow.
15% for the month of April and May off on the throttle tuner using discount code Dr. Harley. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Let me go in there and change that right now.
I'd like to get that on my bagger.
On what bike?
I don't know how to. Yeah, it's a 09 Ultra Classic.
09 Ultra Classic, which is throttled ride by wire. So yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Is that hard to do to put on there? I'm not very.
It's very easy to put on. My question to you is, you have stock bars on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then you know where your throttle wire is. Not a problem. Some guys
Mhm.
change their bars and have no clue where their throttle wire is.
Well, I believe the 09 has the wider
Wire plug, yes.
yes, the wider plug. So when you order it, make sure you order it for the right one.
Yeah. And it breaks it down on the website.
Yep.
Okay.
So there
No,
are
you don't have to be
9
souped up or
settings.
nothing.
There are 9 settings in each mode, and there's 4 different modes. So you get 32 different settings you can have. Oh, what a pretty kitty.
That's my Twyla.
Say hi. Yeah, hi.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
Kitty.
so-
How old's the kitty?
the kitty?
Oh, there's 3 of them. They're exactly the same. 3 of them.
How
And how
old
old are they?
They're 3, 2.5, and 2. They're from the same mom and dad. 3 letters.
Awesome. My
3. I guess.
Spooky, it's a all black Persian, and he's going to be 11 months old this month.
Aw, they're rag dolls.
Love ragdolls.
Yeah, and Anthony's in love with Twyla. Just one, Twyla. That's
Let's see. Might zero me in better than the tuner I used. Okay.
Gremlin, explain that a little more.
Yeah, please. Gremlin, hop in and let's expound upon that comment that you just made. I'm going to put the link back in there. Please come on and let's see that. Oh, we got our spooker. So here he is. This is our little Persian who is, oh, this damn camera. I hate it.
There you go. Here's his face.
Look at that.
He is going to be 11 months old this month.
Adorable.
The kitty I just had, he's like 13.
Bring him back.
Here's Mr. Gremlin. Hello, Gremlin. Greetings and salutations. Last time I saw you was in Daytona.
Yeah, we all survived that.
Barely.
Yeah. All right. So the tuner that I started with, once I put a stage 2 on my bike not too recently ago, I tend to have issues with I guess the different sensors on each cylinder. So I haven't had a dyno yet, but the tuner that I have, I've noticed that when I hit certain RPMs, and I've got a little bit of speed involved, and I go to jump on it, it hesitates.
That's all tuning.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
you definitely need a dyno. You definitely need to get what kind of tuner do you have?
Doc.
He's got the DynoJet power.
Yeah. The DynoJet.
What year is the bike?
2012. Fat Boy. It's a wannabe Fat Glide.
You definitely benefit from the throttle tuner because it will change the sensitivity of your throttle and give you a noticeable difference coming off the line and every time you throttle up, a much noticeable difference.
Now, would that be more beneficial to do that after a
A dyno
dyno?
tune? Absolutely.
Gotcha.
And they could turn the sensitivity all the way up on your tuner, and you would still benefit from it.
Okay.
It'll send the signal faster. Basically, what will happen? So you could be at a 100%. This will be at 100%, but you're going to get it. It's like turning on a light switch.
Yep.
You're
going to lose all the lag in the throttle.
Right. And what I'm noticing is that I do like the torque, and if I take it up slowly, man, it kicks.
It will kick.
And now I'm not sure I'm going to stick with the throttle body. Well, the throttle body I'll keep, but the air intake, I think I might go black and go a little bit smaller because I think this size intake for my size engine might be a little much.
The manifold, what size is it?
I don't know offhand. I'd have to look.
Try and find out because that makes a big difference also.
Gotcha. Well,
He's still at a 55 millimeter throttle body.
If you have a 55 on there, I would leave it. Go with 50 or 55. Leave the 55, but like someone just commented before. Your mapping has a lot to do with it.
Right. So I figure if I go with a little a smaller air cleaner, that's not sucking getting
sucking in so much air. Yes.
And then I think that throttle body would actually do better. And then once I got the dyno and the tuner upgrade on everything as far as individual cylinders, I think I'm good to go after that.
Yeah, you should be. You should.
Okay.
What
Well,
area
that's my game.
What area are you from, Gremlin?
What now?
Where do you live?
I live on Earth. It's a well-rounded community.
No, because I
Uh,
see.
He's in
Southeast
Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Southeast Georgia. I'm from Annapolis. I'm from Annapolis, Maryland originally, but
I
I'm
thought you
down.
were up. I thought you were up in this area that doctor can refer you to someone to go to.
If I was closer, I'd be having Doc do all this shit for
I
me.
know. I know. I know.
Gremlin
Wouldn't we all?
reached out to me and wanted a good stage 2 that would be reliable, dependable, and yet give him the horsepower and torque to pass the tractor trailer without downshifting.
Yeah.
So we spent about an hour on the phone. I went through all the mathematical equations, going by the lift and the duration. We picked his cam. And then with that, we added, the cam plate, the oil pump, lifters, the variable rate pressure plate, so it doesn't have to upgrade his clutch, and then the tuner. And he had a shop down local to him install it, and he's in Georgia. And I do that. But I've done
And the
that
only thing
with,
I had issues with is after that change out, I ended up finding out that I had an O2 sensor, a bad O2 sensor, but it was so intermittent that we couldn't determine which one. So I replaced both of them, and it cost me like 4 days
A
before I
downtime.
even
Yeah.
got the Daytona. So once I got taken care of, I mean, I've noticed it's running better. Everything is seemed to be, the lights that I was talking about, Doc. I'm not seeing those anymore. Things. I think that my tappets or lifters, whatever you want to call them, depending on old school tappets. And I think those are having a difficult time pressurizing enough to where they're running properly until up until a point where they finally pressurize and get warm enough to start doing it. I can hear them. So I don't know if I'm going to just replace off all of those and be done with it, and attack one thing or another. The gentleman that does the mechanics, he's with a group they're called they're an ex-fire MC, but they're not. They're just a club. They're just out of Screven, Georgia. But he's got he knows his. Talk to him. He knows the guys that do good dynos, and he recommends the dyno to my bike as well. Which every time he talks to me, I talk to Doc because I want to get at least a feedback.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, question Doc first before you do anything.
Well, I'm dealing with the gentleman that's actually working on my bike, and when he tells me something, I don't know to ask Doc that till after the fact. So, I do pasteurize him every once in a while.
Well, you got to pasteurize him before you do anything. Question the builder, and then ask Doc.
Well, he and I both have done that. So, I mean, it's not, we're not going. I don't jump into anything blindfolded.
Perfect.
So, I'm going to do my research. I'm going to learn. I'm old school, shovel head, pan shovel, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, these newer motors, the fact that they're fuel injected just throws me out.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're not carbureted.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, well, carburation allows you a lot more range.
Oh, yes, they do.
Than this, and I'm learning that, and it's been a learning curve. And I'm not saying it's been inexpensive, but it has.
it adds up. Listen, it's that carbureted versus fuel injection. You got electric starts versus kick starts back in the day. The big difference.
Well, I had on my 1340 shovel, I had a lowrider, and I put a kickstart kit on there from Drag Specialties, and I actually did that myself, and it was an electric start as well. But sometimes, man, you know, you need a backup. I don't like pushing motorcycles.
Nobody does. Nobody does, especially if they're big and heavy.
I'd rather be you know, handstand on the handlebars if I had to.
Yep.
You know, I've been there, done that. You know.
I hear you on that. I agree with you on that.
So if
Yeah,
you
I
look
just-
now in the description, I've already linked in the 1903 spray polish website and the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner
Perfect.
website into the description with 15% off with the Dr. Harley. Actually, I got to put that in there with the Dr. Harley discount code, and then 10% off normally. So let me go do that right now.
That's pretty cool.
That 1903
How does
is
that? All right, I got to ask about some of this stuff because I know, you know, back in the day, we used to think Miracryl was a pretty decent product for a clear coat on
always
your
the same.
paint jobs because brake fluid wouldn't penetrate it, and we all know what paint, you know,
Yep.
or brake fluid will do to paint. So my question is, these new silicone products, whether it's yours or anybody else's, anybody knows anything more than I do, because this is all new to me. How does that affect? I mean, is it resistant to that, or
Well,
what?
I have no silicone in mine. Okay. And
Well,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
There's no silicone, no petroleums, no alcohol or ammonia in my product.
Yeah, but how does it repel brake fluid?
Well, here's what happens. I can't honestly answer if it repels brake fluid, but I've had being at dealerships doing things with them, and they spill brake fluid on a fender or a tank, and we wipe it right off, and no problem after that.
Okay, I had a buddy of mine had a pan shovel down in Wilmington, North Carolina, and he had this. The reason he was a painter, that's what he did. He painted bikes. He's painted a couple of my bikes, things like that. And he showed me. He goes, "You got to watch. You got to check this stuff out." And he puts Miracryl on as a final coat. Now he says, "Watch this." And he takes brake fluid, pours it on, and he says, "Come back in a week. I'm not going to take it off." I come back in a week, and he wipes it off, and it's like it never affected anything.
Well, again, the older paints, you know, it's weird. The newer paints compared to the older paints. The older paints are more porous. The newer paints, they're not so porous like the older ones.
Yeah, I was coming up about that time. That's when House of Colors was just coming into play.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have chameleon paint. They didn't have all that stuff. You know, I got used to like a flat gold or flat silver base coat, and then you do your you know, your layers or whatever, black on black or whatever you did. But in my case, I've told Doc about this where I did a flat gold base coat, did a silver like Grateful Dead on the sides on the tanks, and then did a candy apple royal blue over top. And I had that same friend of mine, Marion, he was like, you know, I've never heard of anybody doing that, but it kind of makes sense. So we did it, and it looked good as shit.
Yeah. Guys like you, what caused Colorcraft and Custom, you know, all these other paint companies to come out with all these different products.
Yeah, like House of Color.
House of Color, yeah.
Yeah, right. Hey, they came out with some good products for you eventually. But this stuff, you know, when I'm with you guys and talking, it's pretty interesting because, you know, you're experienced more in the newer stuff. A lot of stuff that I know about, I don't even know if it still exists, like SU carburetors, things like that. I prefer SU over S&S. I take that 100%.
S&S you always had problems with back in the day. You were lucky to
Well,
make
yeah.
pardon.
I prefer the Manuki carburetors over S&S.
Yeah, of
because
course.
if you could tune a Manuki carburetor right, you'll make more power than any S&S carburetor can.
Oh yeah.
What'd you
Problem
call
One
is,
that,
second,
Doc?
guys. Excuse me 1 second.
Manuki?
you got to
You mean
jet
a
that
Makuni?
thing right
Doc,
for
you
it
mean
to
a
work.
Makuni, right? Makuni? Or Mook? What'd you say?
Makuni.
Makuni.
Okay. I just double checking you, man.
No worries.
A question on the
But yeah,
1903.
I've seen that. I've seen a lot of inline carburetors work. Now the Harley came out with the Keons, which were decent mid-range carburetors back in the day. But the SUs did the same thing the S&Ss did, but they worked off vacuum. You didn't have to keep throwing the gas into the throat, you know.
Yep.
So that made a big difference.
Well, a lot of
And-
people don't realize that the S&S carbs do have a vacuum port on it.
Oh, really? And that can be attached accordingly to the
Yep.
point where it works off that.
No,
You still have to throw.
but yes, at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
S&S says it doesn't work as a vacuum pump, but applying vacuum to it will make it act like a vacuum pump.
Excuse me 1 second, Dr. Robert. Someone asked about tuning and a mechanic for North Jersey. Can you ask him where he lives in North Jersey?
Yes. Where are you in North Jersey? I couldn't answer that because I don't know anybody in North Jersey. I know there's a few different. There you go. Do you know of anybody in North Jersey that you could recommend?
Where in Jersey are you?
Let's see. Is he still here?
I have a question on the 1903.
So there's a few shops in North Jersey. I know that Cycle Fanatics uses, and I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, I
But
can't either.
yeah, they use all the time for all their motor work and all their tuning. And I've seen a couple of videos with it. So I can't remember the name
I
of the
guess if
shop.
he comes back, we'll find out where he is.
Yeah, I guess.
There's Torque.
Okay. Question on 1903.
Shoot.
Is that like, can you just spray that on? Like, if you just want to wipe your bike down,
That's it.
that's it.
Spray it on, wipe it off, or spray it on the microfiber cloth and wipe it in, and then wipe it off with another one.
Okay. Because I want to try, I do detailing, so I want to try new stuff.
Very easy product to use.
Guess I'll go order some.
Just remember, use the Dr. Harley discount code to get 15% off for the month of
Well, I sure will.
in May.
On the polish, they get 20% off. That's
20% off.
and 15% off on the throttle tuner.
So the
Have you
question,
ever heard of torque? Somebody's got a background going on. You ever hear of torque detail?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Have you ever heard of torque detail?
No.
I got some. It seems to work pretty good, but I want to try this 1903 now. Now you can only get this online,
I
correct?
appreciate it.
yeah.
Where are you located?
Pennsylvania.
Only online.
So,
Okay.
so if you go to, I have it, the web link in the description of this live. It's 1903.site. We'll bring you right to the website, and then you can order directly from there.
Okay. I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. How are you feeling with
Thank you,
your
doctor.
back?
I am actually feeling pretty good.
Awesome. Just to give
Yep.
Tony a little
Go ahead.
background, PA Biker has been with me basically from the beginning of my channel.
Nice.
And same thing with Mr. Gremlin.
True loyal supporters.
Yeah,
True friends and family.
I just had some major surgery, so I'm actually feeling good and getting around, man. One day at a time.
That's exactly it. That's all you can do. That's
Yep.
all you can do.
Yep.
So, Tweedle, if you really want, until you can, get your rotors, let me know. I will ship you out 2 good rotors for your front. And then you can have non-warped rotors. I have OEM takeoffs from bikes I did brake upgrades for that will work for your bike. So let me know.
Nice. So I was on XN Bikers Live the other night and won a coffee cup.
Excellent. XN's a good dude.
He is a good dude. He's got that trike kit now for his bike.
Yep. I'm happy for him. He broke 250 subs. I'm very excited.
Yes, he did. That was the night, yeah.
Yep. Very happy for him. So, that polish will work on your Indian and your Harley.
Oh, I was just gonna thank you for taking the words right out of my mouth.
So make sure you order 2 bottles.
I might have to. I might even try to order a bigger bottle because I detail, but I only use certain things on certain bikes.
And what is actually, yes, there is. Let me find the link for you and I will post it here. Let's see. Because what do you have? Do you have the Street Glide or Road Glide?
Who?
That's the question I have for you.
For me?
But I do have a very good installation tutorial video on the Tury Fast Throttle Tuner. I think it was good.
Very good. I couldn't have did it better myself.
Let's see. Get shareable link. And here it is. But we put it over here so he could get it. There you go. Here's a direct link to the video I did on the installation. Let's see. I don't remember me, but I was giving him hell on another live a year ago. Not working on a Goldwing. Do you remember, Drew? Tony?
I don't remember that, but
Wow.
So that's awesome.
Right.
Well, we're coming up on an hour and 43 minutes.
But I must have been abusing if it was a Goldwing.
Well, So Brian wants to know when the next bike event on the weekend next coming up.
Okay, for bike nights, they do it during the week only, but they do events on Saturday. So I will let you both know when the next one's coming up is.
Okay.
Will they be at Gettysburg?
No.
Will you be at?
It's hard to get away retail because I also work in a dealership. So it's very hard to get away.
Yep. I was just going to say to you that friends of mine, Bert and George, who have Baggers and Brews, is having a fundraiser on July 13th for Tunnels for Towers, and they were looking for vendors, but it's a Saturday.
Otherwise, I'd be doing it.
And I tell you, I'm sure they would be happy to have you there. I won't be there. I'll be at Gettysburg. A friend of mine band is playing there at Gettysburg on Saturday. I don't know, maybe you heard of them. Drowning Pool.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I have.
CJ, the guitarist, is a friend of mine now. We made friends last year, and we're going to be hanging out with them. What's that, Gremlin?
Gremlin, is that a check for everybody? Turn your mic on.
Yeah, Gremlin's got a check for everybody.
He
So,
just bought everybody a bottle of 1903.
oh, hold on, Gremlin. Hold on, you're muted. What's that, Gremlin?
Beer. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Because he was
Well,
muted.
that's all right. He gets to talk and he doesn't know how anyway.
All right. So we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, and I'm going to give Julie her final thoughts. I know she's been muted for most of this, but because of her echo, so I'm going to mute everybody so she doesn't get echoed. So,
Go.
Julie, why don't you give everybody your final thoughts?
Oh, my final thoughts are I'm getting scratched. I'm sorry about my echo, everybody. My final thoughts are on the two products. On the throttle tuner, I feel the difference. I've been riding with Tony for 4 years, and since we started with this product, I feel a tremendous difference in the bike. The power, the ease of the ride, the immense power on it. It's just a very big difference. Um, and it's easier on him, with the twist of the throttle with his wrists. With the polish, I mean, it's just incredible. It smells beautiful. When we go somewhere, and we get dirty because it's like rainy or it's the road dirt, we just spray it on and we polish that bike when we're in the parking lot, and everybody admires that bike because it's shiny, and everybody's bikes are dirty and we just wipe it off, because it's in a saddlebag, and it just cleans it up real quick. They're great products. I support them because I love them, not because of Tony. I do love the products. I love Tony too, but the products are great. And if you want to talk to me on the website, I am the one that you're talking to. So,
And
yep.
make sure they follow you on Instagram and
Yes.
YouTube.
And you can follow me too. Yep, of course.
Awesome. Thank you. Mr. Gremlin, I want to give you I want to give you your final thoughts
On what? I just showed up again.
tonight. We're ending the show, and I want to get your final thoughts.
Very informative. I'm going to look into the
Throttle
cleaner.
tuner?
Yeah, well, that and the cleaner, but I'm not going to look into the throttle tuner until after I get dynoed, and then I'll take that from there. Because everything's expensive. You know how that is.
Yes,
So,
it is.
just pace it. I've limited my rally stuff for the year because I want to work on the bike. So I should be able to handle this within the year. I may hit Panama City. I'm not sure. Samant's asking me to, about Myrtle Beach right now. So we're discussing that. I'm not sure I'm going to hit Baggers and Brews because I'm from that area and I just assume not driving that traffic. I live there. So other than that, I mean, it was very informative get together with everybody. I mean, because everybody, applies their own knowledge to it. And so we all grab whatever we can, even on the side chat, when you start listening to Tweedle and, different people like that have these questions that, I'm learning as they go as well. So other than that, man, it's been great.
It's always a pleasure to have you on, Gremlin.
Yeah, well, some people say I talk too much, but other than that, you guys have a multi-dimensional evening.
You too, brother.
All right, bud.
Okay.
When you go down,
Now Now it's your turn, Tony. What's your final thoughts?
Hey, everyone. It was a pleasure. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to myself or Jules, who handles all my social media. Dr. Harley, he's very informative of the product also. So you could always ask him. And again, email, message, text. The business line comes to my phone if you're going to text also. So I will reply back. And thank you. It was a pleasure meeting everyone. And Robert, real fast, when you go down to Tennessee, keep an eye out for Mad Stork. He's a personal friend. Introduce yourself to him.
I will.
You'll have a good time with him.
Yep. And of course, I didn't forget about our friend, Mr. PA Biker. I want to
That's
get your
okay.
final thoughts, my friend.
First of all, sorry I got on here late. I actually forgot it was Wednesday.
That's okay. You're on medication.
Yeah. Actually, I got off it. I found this very informative. I'm really going to look at the throttle tuner for the Harley, and I'm definitely going online and getting the 1903 because I'm
Thank
trying to
you.
wash my bike every time I come home.
Right on.
Thank you very, very much, Doc, for all you do. You do a lot for the
No, I
community.
appreciate it. I have fun. You know me. I just do this for fun,
Yeah, I
and I'm
know.
having a lot of fun.
Yeah. And it was a pleasure to meet you, sir. And I'll be investing in your product
I appreciate that.
to make everybody's bike prettier when it leaves my house.
All righty. And, you know, I'm going to ask Jules and Tony to stay on after we end this tonight. You know, but I want to thank everybody in the side chat for coming on. I really appreciate you supporting our channel. It's not mine, it's our channel. I really appreciate everything that everybody does and coming and hanging out with us on a Wednesday night. I know it's a work night, and that's why I try to limit these to 2 hours. With that being said, I want everybody to live your best life you can, ride often, and ride hard.
That's it.